Hello, coaches. Welcome to Maximize Your Monday. Listen, it is your vision coach, LaToya Early, here supporting high achieving Christian female startup coaches as I help you start, grow, and monetize your coaching business from start to six figures in your niche. Listen, it is time for Maximize Your Monday. It is time for us to share some strategies on today on how to start, grow, and monetize your coaching business in your niche. So for those of you, if this is your first time joining me, welcome. Do me a favor. If you know anyone that can benefit from this training, I want you to go ahead and tag them in the comments. Go ahead and tag them in the comments. If you know anyone who can benefit from today's training, we're going to talk about 10 choices successful coaches make in their coaching business. Okay. We're not going to do all 10 today. Of course, this is going to be to be continued for next week, but we're going to get started and I'm going to share some strategies with you on 10 choices successful coaches make in their six-figure coaching business. So if you are a aspiring coach, if you're a growing coach, you already know the routine. Come on in, drop who you are. Let me know who's in the training on today. Share with me what type of coach you are. Let me know whether or not you are aspiring or if you are growing. I'm looking for those power statements from my coaches who have their power statements. I want to see those power statements in the comments so that we can go ahead and jumpstart into a week of success, a week of reaching our goals, a week of wins. Like, let's go ahead and prepare for that now. You know the deal. Go ahead and pull out your handy dandy notebook. Hopefully you have your notebook, or if you have your Hey Coach journal, you can go ahead and flip to that journaling portion, that coach's journaling portion right before Maximize Your Monday. Each and every week in the Hey Coach journal, you do have a Maximize Your Monday portion where we encourage you to set your goals for the week. We encourage you to identify some scriptures that you're going to connect to the goals that you're looking to pursue in that week. And then we have a portion where you can make your set your weekly confession. What are you confessing about your business? What are you confessing about, your life, the things that you desire and aspire to become as a coach in the industry, in the world? What type of impact are you looking to make for people? So come on in, let me know who you are. Let me know what type of coach you are. Let me know what type of if you're aspiring, if you're growing, if you're catching this live, go ahead and hashtag live. If you're catching this on replay, go ahead and hashtag replay. Cool. So again, we're going to jump into 10 choices successful coaches make in their coaching business, which in exchange helps them reach their six-figure goal. So let me know in the comments, if your goal is to hit six figures in your coaching business, I want you to drop a money bag in the comments. If your goal is to hit six figures in your coaching business, I want you to go ahead and drop a money bag in the comments. I want to know what your goals are. I want to know if six figures is even a goal for you. I want to be clear when we talk about what we do here in the Chase Great community. We help our coaches go from start to six figures. Understand that six figures is the starting point, right? There is so much more that you can gain from your coaching business. There's so much more that you can gain from supporting and helping others thrive and be transformational in the lives of other people. There's so much wealth that you can gain, not just monetary wealth, but spiritual wealth, physical wealth. And so we want to not only help you build yourself out so that you're hitting those six figures, but I want to make sure that your mindset is in a good space for you to hit those six figures. Understand that 95% of you reaching your success goal, it really doesn't have too much to do with the coaching. If you joined us for our live training that we did on how to show up and price like an expert, we talked about how your life experiences, we talked about how some of the things that you've gone through, how these are some of the things that we've been able to These are some of the things that have already identified you as the expert. So it's not that you don't have the strategy. It's not that you don't have the information. It's more so the mindset and believing that your strategy, your information is powerful enough to impact and change the world. So let's go ahead and jump into the 10 choices successful coaches make in their coaching business. Number one, the number one choice that coaches make in their coaching business, successful coaches make in their coaching business, is they choose to grow. Right? They choose to grow. If you are familiar with the coaching industry, if you've taken any type of coaching certification courses, if you've done anything, then you know that grow is actually a coaching methodology that a lot of coaches use in their coaching businesses, right? But for the sake of what we're doing in this moment, one of the choices that we make, successful coaches make, is we choose to grow. What does that look like and what does that mean, right? When you choose to grow, what you're saying is I refuse to allow anything that is going to hinder me or anything that's going to stop me or stunt my growth. I am open to change. I am open to a different perspective. I am optimistic about what I'm capable of and the things that I'm able to achieve and acquire in my coaching business. When you're saying I choose to grow, you're saying that I'm willing to go out and find the proper tools, the proper resources to help me grow so that I can not only grow physically, that I can not only grow mentally, but so that I can be prepared for what my client need from me as a coach. Right? So what does growing include? What are some things that you're doing to grow in your coaching business? What are some things that you're applying to your life to grow in your coaching business? Are you reading? What books are you reading? What people what type of circles are you connecting yourselves with? What type of training are you allowing to be poured into you daily? When we talk about growth, we're saying, you know what, the way that I've been doing this is not working. The way that I've been pursuing my coaching business, for those of you who may still be using your coaching business as a hobby, or you're still doing it as a side gig. One of my pet peeves is using it as a side hustle. Well, one of the reasons why I absolutely refuse to consider my coaching business to be a side hustle is because I care for my clients way more than to acknowledge my business as just something extra to do, right? And so this is a growth mindset. This is the type of mindset that is required of you. If you're going to take your coaching business from start to six figures, you have to choose to grow. This is not a side hustle, right? This is not a hobby. Why? Because in your thoughts, you have to tell yourself that this is important, not just so that you can hit your financial goals, but because there are lives that are in the palm of your hands. The people that you're called to serve and impact, you want them to know that you're serious about the transformation that's going to happen in their life. And the transformation that we're able to offer in the NIT certification program isn't nearly a side hustle. It's not even remotely close to something that we can do as an extracurricular activity. It's something that we pour our sweat, tears, and blood into so that we can make sure that we show up for our client. So we're talking about 10 choices successful coaches make in their coaching business to hit six figures. And one of them is choosing to grow. You have to make the decision that I want to grow mentally. I want to grow spiritually so that I can be what I need to be for my ideal client, right? Mental growth is huge. Why? Because as you're growing your coaching business, there's certain hiccups, there's certain mountains, there's certain barriers, there's certain obstacles that you may face in your coaching business. And if you don't have that growth mindset where you are open to change, you're open to pivoting, you're open to seeing things from a different perspective, if you decide to stay in that fixed mindset where you feel like this is the only way this is going to happen, or I can't make this happen because of the things that I've experienced in my life, or whatever challenges you're struggling with in your thinking, then you're going to find it really hard to not only become a successful coach, but to impact the lives of the people that you're called to serve and impact. Right. So again, come on in, ladies. Let me know who you are. Introduce yourself. Let me know what type of coach you are. If you're aspiring, if you're growing, if you have your amazing power statement, then you ladies know that we want to see your power statement. We want to know who we have in the community. If you're catching this live, make sure you hashtag live. If you're catching this by way of replay, make sure you hashtag replay. Come on in. Let us know that you are here. I want to know, as you are introducing yourself, as you're sharing what type of coach you are, I want to know if your goal in your coaching business is to hit six figures. If that is your goal, then drop a money bag. The reason why I want to know if this is your goal, because if your goal isn't to hit six figures, again, that's our starting space. That's our starting spot. And so this is going to require a certain mindset for you to jump into what's required of you personally in order for you to show up for your ideal client and position your services, your packaging, your products for your ideal client in a way where they'll be able to recognize that you have what they really need. Right. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are positioning ourselves to grow, which is one of the things that successful coaches do in their coaching business to hit six figures is what? They choose to grow. Number two, the second thing, again, we're talking about 10 choices successful coaches make in their coaching business to hit six figures. Number two, the second thing that they do is they choose to change. Now, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. And why is this important? This is super important because what tends to happen sometimes is that we have we choose to grow, right? We want to grow, but some things we have to change as we're growing, right? Have you ever, social media keeps you connected to a lot of people, right? It keeps you connected to ex-boos. It keeps you connected to family members, friends, childhood friends, grade school friends. Have you ever looked at a post or something from a grade school friend or from an ex-boo, and you're watching their mannerism and you're watching their behavior and you're seeing that they have not changed, right? You've seen that they've grown a little, because of who they are. They've grown a little because of the age. You could tell that they've grown, but have they changed? There's a difference between growing and changing. Why? Because you can grow, but not necessarily change certain habits, certain mindsets, certain mannerisms, certain things that you may do, you may not have changed, which is stopping or stunting your growth in your coaching business. Right? So we're talking about 10 choices successful coaches make. Not only do they choose to grow, but they choose to change. So I'm choosing to get up every day and read. I'm choosing to get up every day and choosing to get up every day and read. I'm choosing to get up every day and meditate and pray and get into God's word and make sure that I'm staying focused on what it is that God has for me. I'm making these decisions, but am I implementing? Right? Because without implementation, change and growth it can't become effective. So we're talking about you as the coach and how your growth and how your change is very important for the ideal client, because if they can't see growth and change in you, how do you expect for them to invest 4 figures or more into your coaching business, into the solution that you have to their problem, if you're not willing to grow and change? Right? Number 3, we're talking about 10 choices successful coaches make in their coaching business to hit 6 figures. Number 3 is they choose to adjust. Now, here's the adjustment. When you're in the online space and you're in the industry, you have to show up on social media. You have to show up in these different arenas because this is our new network. This is our new network event. This is our new business card. This is our new business meeting to get on social media and adjust out of your comfort zone to connect and engage with people that you may not normally do. Listen, I like to say to myself, right? I'm that type of person. I can rock out at home with my family. I like to do fun things, but I don't like to put the titles of the introvert, extrovert on me. But I like to be to me, right? However, I've had to adjust because in order for me to engage with other people in the virtual world, then I have to go into messenger, make conversations, go into and not making it feel forceful or making it feel uncomfortable, but I'm adjusting so that I can do what? Impact and change lives and reach the revenue goal for the business. So if you're not willing to make these type of adjustments, if you're not willing to, and other adjustments, customer service, learning how to talk to people, learning how to address certain situations, learning how to handle certain situations, learning how to talk to people. There's just so many different things that are going to be required of you so that you can not only show up and show growth, but that you are changing in the growth, that you're implementing everything that you're learning. So if you're in that space and you are, you're reading or you're studying or you're in a training program and you're consuming the information, but you're not implementing the information, then we're not changing, right? Our growth is now becoming stagnant or stuck. And then if you're not adjusting, which means you're implementing the information that you're being provided and you're switching and you're changing some things around that may make you feel a little uncomfortable. Right? One of the requirements of the niche certification program is for the coaches to show up and go live. And so for the first couple times they show up and go live in our exclusive community, just so that we can get you comfortable and help you with showing up. However, that's a huge adjustment, especially if you're used to being behind the scene. Especially if you're used to being, the person who's behind the computer and not really willing to show up because it makes you uncomfortable. Right? So we're talking about adjusting. 10 choices successful coaches make in their coaching business to hit six figures. Number 3 is they choose to adjust, right? They choose to adjust to the different personalities. They choose to adjust to the things that makes them uncomfortable. They choose to adjust to the things that makes them, not want to do certain things. There's a lot of things that I haven't wanted to do as it pertains to coaching and showing up. But because I'm looking to grow a six-figure coaching, I've grown a six-figure coaching business because I'm looking to exceed and hit multiple six figures monthly, then I'm going to have to adjust, right? I'm going to have to adjust. And so number 4 is they choose to do the work. I'm gonna take a breather right there, right? I'm gonna take a quick breather in that moment, because choosing to do the work is a big deal, right? Choosing to show up and do the work is a big deal. Why is this such a big deal? Why is it such a big deal for the coach to choose to show up and do the work? Because understand that when you are building a multiple six-figure, when you're building a six-figure coaching business, is not going to just come because you have great graphics and images. Like, that's just not how this works. You have to consciously choose to do the work. So what is that going to require of you? Sometimes it may require you coming home from your 9 to 5 and working on your business. Sometimes it's going to require you to make an investment, a financial investment into your coaching business. Let me tell you one of the hugest lessons I've learned with being in the coaching industry. And I've been in the coaching business for 10 years now. I've been full-time for 7 years. And one of the biggest lessons I've learned is investing the exact thing I'm expecting to receive from my client. That's when I tell you that lesson has changed the trajectory of my business. It has changed the trajectory of my life. It has changed the people around me. It has changed my language. It has changed my mindset. When the Bible talks about sowing and reaping, it's not just talking about tithes. It's not just talking about giving the 10% back to the church. And so it's talking about what you sow, you shall reap. So when you invest 10,000, guess what? You're going to get 10,000. When you invest 100,000, guess what? You're going to get 100,000. And again, when you invest time, when you invest work, all of these small investment tools are definitely necessary so that you can reap the exact thing that you're expecting in your business, right? You're expecting people to sow, because again, one of our principles in the niche the niche marketing training and certification program is we help our coaches build four-figure offers. Well, in order to build a four-figure offer and expect for someone to invest that four figures in you, you're going to have to invest that four figures into a coach. Right? Understand that you're brilliant. You're amazing. You are absolutely amazing. But God, just the same way that God positioned you to coach someone else, he's positioned a coach to coach you. Right? And that's a hard pill to swallow. I was that one. So number 4, we're talking about the 10 choices successful coaches make. Number 4 being they choose to do the work. You have to show up and do the work. You need to show up and do your sales pages. You need to do your email automation. Now hear me out. There are amazing what can I call them? Contractors that you can hire who can help you with your email automation, who can build out your sales page. Listen, I totally get it. We have those people on our team. But here's what I most enjoy about our journey, about what we do, is I'm live. When we are building and we're growing our businesses and we understand what it is that we're doing, and then we hire out, it makes the hiring, it makes the investment, the monetary investment, that much more respected personally. Like no one else, it has nothing to do with anybody else. But when I hire, when our copywriter is doing our research, I know what she's talking about. I know what she's looking for. I know what we're looking for. I understand it. I get it. I can do it. And that's what makes hiring her that much more rewarding, because I'm not hiring someone to blindly help me in areas that I'm not sure of in my own coaching space, right? So when you're hiring people, of course you want to hire someone to do your sales pages, your email marketing, but let's exceed 6 figures before you start hiring people to bring, because they're helpful. They're helpful. But again, when you understand the process, it makes your commitment that much greater, right? I didn't start hiring people for certain positions until I'm not going to say master it, because I didn't master a lot of areas. They were able to help me grow, which makes them who they are. But when I understood what that position required, when I understood what copywriting required, when I understood when I'm marketing my coaching, we focus on niche marketing and what that means. So what did I need to do? I needed to study it. I needed to understand it before I hired someone in, so that I'm not wasting my resources, so that I'm not hiring people and them not them coming in and I'm being wasteful of my finances because I don't understand what they're supposed to be doing, right? Number 4 is they choose to do the work. Number 5, and we'll pick up again next week on 10 choices successful coaches make in their 6-figure coaching business. Number 5 is they choose to believe. They choose to believe. If you don't believe, who else will? Right? We just talked about 95% of your success in your coaching business is in your mindset. If you're struggling with believing that you can not only earn 6 figures and more in your coaching business, but if you're struggling with believing that you have the solution to someone else's problem, if you're struggling with believing that you can genuinely and authentically support someone transition in their life and completely transform, if you're struggling in those areas and you lack belief, then it's not going to happen. right? It doesn't matter how many times someone tells you how amazing you are. It doesn't matter how many times someone tells you that you're so brilliant and you have such great strategy. It doesn't matter if you don't believe it in the core of your heart. Right? It's like telling a person who struggles with confidence issues that they're beautiful. It doesn't matter how many times you tell them they're beautiful. When they look in the mirror, if they don't see beauty, your words mean nothing. And so I'm encouraging you that if you're going to grow your coaching business, if you're going to take your coaching business from start to six figures, which is definitely something that you're capable of doing, then you're going to have to, one, choose to grow, right? You're going to have to make the decision to grow. You're going to have to say, you know what? I'm going to join this program. I'm going to do the training. I'm going to read the book. I'm going to do these things so that I can grow. Not only am I going to do these things for growth, but number two, I'm going to choose to change. So the information that I'm consuming from the program, from the training, from the book, from the information of whoever you're consuming the information from, now I'm going to implement these things, right? I'm going to implement these things so that I can change because I'm choosing to change. So the implementation is the choice to change. Well, as you're implementing, you're going to have to what? Adjust. You're going to have to adjust. It's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be the best thing. When you are removing limited beliefs and breaking mental barriers, that is uncomfortable, especially if you're in an environment that is not encouraging to that change, where you don't see people around you changing the way that they're thinking and changing their perspective and being inviting to how you want to now start thinking about life. That's a difficult space to be in when you don't have the right people around you to help encourage the adjustment, right? It can become very difficult for you. And this is one of the reasons why we have the Chase Grade Niche Marketing Training and Certification Program. It's so that we can support you in that adjustment. We can support you in the growth. We can support you in the change. We can provide you with the strategies, the resources, and the information, but you're not doing these things on your own. One of the most hilarious things I can recall is telling my husband, the first time that I wanted to invest in my first program, the first high ticket program I invested in was $8,000. And he was like, what? Looking at me all type of sideways. Like, you about to do what? You about to, Say that again. Run that by me again. Right? And he wanted to know the particulars. What does this look like? Well, how is this going to help you? This, boom, 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 right? Going through it. But we had the conversation. And one of the things that I had to show my husband is that, first of all, coaches need coaches, right? And then I had to share with him that whole idea of sewing. These are the price points of my coaching program. So I have to be willing to invest what I'm expecting to receive, right? I have to be willing to do that. Not only do I have to be willing to do that, but I need to be in a community that's going to nurture the growth, that's going to nurture the change, it's going to nurture the adjustment, right? And so this is where the niche marketing training and certification program has its hugest impact. It's because you have a community of women who are there to help you adjust, to help you change, to help you grow. We want to help you implement those strategies so that you can grow, so that you can change. The money part is not even equivalent to the type of transformation you'll receive once you remove those limited thoughts on how you view money, how you view investing, and how you view community, right? So we want to make sure that you're choosing to grow. We want to make sure that you're choosing to change. You're choosing to adjust. You're choosing to show up and do the work, guys. Come on. You got to show up and do the work. You have to set up your scheduling link. You have to set up your email marketing. You have to make sure that your messaging is tight. You have to show up and be consistent in depositing the information and the messaging that you have for your ideal client. You have to show up and do the work. And lastly, you have to show up and you have to believe that not only you have the strategy to help transform someone else's life, but that you have the ability to grow beyond what you can see physically for yourself. Cool. So listen, thank you so much for rocking out with me today for Maximize Your Monday. It is always a pleasure for me to join you each and every Monday here in our Start to Six Figure community here on in our Facebook group, so that we can do what? Help you start, grow, and monetize your coaching business from start to six figures in your niche. If you are ready to make the choice, listen, we have a community. Our community is over 40 coaches. We have a community of over 40 coaches. We have client success coaches. We have a copy coach. We have a team. We have a community of coaches who's ready to support you in your journey, help you grow, not only help you grow and hold you accountable, but the strategies and the training that we provide in the niche certification program is next to none. I mean, I can't even, it's so funny. We do group calls on the first and third Monday of the month, and the coaches tell me all the time, they're like, level one blew me away. Right? Level one, the program is broken up into 3 levels. Level one is our introductory, it's our niche, is where you discover your niche. It's the intro to coaching. It's where you identify your ideal client. It's where you get clarity on your niche. It's where you get clarity in your messaging. And so level one, they're like, level one blew me away. Level two, we focus on your visuals, right? Showing up and being the expert with your sales pages, with your lead magnet, with your webinars. You know, do you know how to facilitate a masterclass and then use that masterclass as a lead magnet? These are some of the things that we teach you on level 2 of the niche, the niche marketing and training certification program, right? Then level 3 is where you receive your official niche certification. You become Chase Great certified in your niche. You're able to build your own coaching program. And so one of the things one of the questions that I get is, how am I able to make money in this program? One of the things that we offer you in the first 30 days of your coaching is a license to use our coaching program, right? It's one of the opportunities that you have is you're able to use our licensed coaching program so that you can start making money in the first 30 days of your coaching, of your training. I mean, it's there. And then we teach you how to create your own programs. We have a full blueprint on how to build out your coaching program. I used to offer Program to Profit as an a la carte program, and I pulled it and said this content should be set aside for the coaches who are in our niche marketing training and certification program. And so I had to pull that content and make it available for the coaches in our program, because I want to help you not only start, grow, and monetize, but build out your coaching programs so that you can monetize them. Right? So the program is broken up into 3 levels. Once you're Chase Great Niche certified, then you are offered the opportunity to join us in our marketplace partnership, where you can do trainings, you can teach at our conferences, you can join us in our anthology, and we can help you get clients in our marketplace partnership. And even joining our podcast. These are some of the benefits to being a part of the marketplace partnership, making that opportunity available for you. So listen, the Chase Great Niche Marketing Training and Certification Program is more than just a certification program. We are the community. We are the environment that's going to help you grow, change, adjust, work, and believe. Cool. Click the link in the caption. Go ahead and submit your application so that we can make sure that you're compatible for the program, so that we can make sure that what we have for you is what you need to take your business from start to 6 figures. Have a fantastic Monday. Today is my middle baby's birthday, so we're going to rock out and spend the day with him. And I want you to have a fantastic Monday. Have a fantastic week and be blessed.